Good evening, Trafalgar Valentine Vehicle Designs. This is my commentary from my recent drawings, this cool Corsa B cartoon. This was a fun one I found on Instagram, where I like to find random vehicles to paint when I've got no more orders coming in through. So I'll find some cool cars online, have a go at drawing them and painting them in lots of different styles and cool different variations and stuff. And then tag the owner into it and hopefully get some business that way, where people can actually see some of my work and stuff in a different perspective. I've done a lot of realistic ones recently, and a lot of complicated ones like the recovery trucks and stuff and the cars. So I thought it'd be fun just to do a cartoon, just to expand my range out there, because I not only do a realistic ones, but I do like caricatures of cars as well. And this one was particularly fun to do. I love Corsa Bs, the old classic 90s cars. And these ones are like heavy modified as well, so it makes caricatures quite simple. And inspiration from my from the cool art days from back in the 90s and stuff like that, from the poster you can see behind me. So this is just like where you exaggerate the features. It's more prominent with the wheels coming down and stuff, but it's also with the bumper and stuff. As long as you add like all the features of the vehicle in there, you can go quite wild with these caricatures and stuff. As you've probably seen with how wild the caricatures of people can be, you can do the same with vehicles, as long as like all the main features are there, people can identify the actual vehicle itself. This process was pretty straightforward. I just grabbed a random pencil, just sketched like a light outline of where I want just some of the basic lines and stuff to go in. I'll spend as little time as I possibly can doing the light sketch, especially with these like random like cars I find online. When it comes to realistic commissions, I do spend a lot of time working things out to make sure everything's okay, but when it just comes to these ordinary ones, I just do like a light pencil sketch. And then I don't want the black, I'm going to do lots of line work in this one, but I don't want the line work to smudge or anything like that, so I do the line work afterwards. So this is a case of just building up layers with markers, and I couldn't really find the exact kind of tone this car is. It's kind of like a unique kind of colour, so I just grabbed a bunch of greens and stuff like that and just tried different layers and stuff like that, maybe 4 or 5 different layers. I used like a bunch of like highlighter pens, excuse me, a bunch of markers and stuff like that, just to get the overall like flat colours around it. I don't want to make it too flat because otherwise it doesn't look 3D, but the idea of having dark shades underneath the bumper and stuff like that on the insides, getting the blues and reflection of the windows and stuff. And then once you've got the markers in, it's just a case of using a fine line pen around all the edges, and then areas that are going to be darker you can add like loads more exaggerated lines and stuff like that, using a bit of cross hatching sometimes. So just building up lots of line work like the old comic style. After all the fine line work is just a case of adding highlights. These ones are really straightforward and easy to do. I did this probably about an hour, no problem. But yeah, it turned out alright. The owner managed to collaborate with me, so he was really happy with it. Didn't unfortunately buy it, but it's still a fun one to do, and I got another order out of it, so I've a different person who saw it online, so that's the whole purpose of actually doing these. Someone saw it online, thought that'd be kind of cool for their vehicle, so they got an order from me, so it was a success in that way. Okay, maybe a bit too dark, maybe a bit too much black lines, maybe, I think, but it is how it is. Like I've said in my previous ones, there's a lot of times I can change a lot of things in the paintings or the drawings to actually make them look better, but once they're finished, I don't really go back to them. It's in the moment, and I upload it, and that's it. And they don't get sold, they just go into storage, and that's it. It's just like a little diary piece for the day. So I think I might be doing some more cartoons in the future. Maybe I'll do a cartoon truck. I think that'll be probably a good next one to do. I love doing the cartoon ones because with the realistic ones, there's a lot of proportions to think about, and you've got to make sure it's actually realistic, so it doesn't look too cartoony or too artistic and stuff like that, so the customer won't be able to recognise it, or any people will be able to recognise what it is. With the cartoon ones, it's a lot more freedom and more creative freedom and stuff. So yeah, it was fun just to have a more creative freedom, do a fun caricature for a change, instead of my realistic ones. And again, it's also fun just to use different materials. I use watercolour paints primarily for all my paintings, but this is just fun to get the markers out there and just, yeah, have a go. So yeah, I'll be definitely doing another cartoon because this one was really fun to do, and like I said, I got an order out of it, so successful. Anyway, thanks for watching, and like, subscribe and all that pish, and if you want to like comments or anything like that for any future uploads, check it out. I also have loads of cool eBay products which I'll put a link down below if you want to check out my eBay stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching.